What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know I've neglected my channel for a minute now, for some time, for a long ass time actually. But as you can tell by this title, I've been dealing with so much. Okay, so we're gonna get into how I tore my Achilles. Yes, I ruptured my Achilles. Okay, and then me dealing with depression and a lot of other stuff. Okay, so before we get into the video, if you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and everybody, let's go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. My last video upload was February 2021, and y'all, just being honest, I was procrastinating. Okay, my mind was on other things. I was working on becoming a certified teacher. I just had a lot going on at the time, and I wasn't able to, dedicate myself to my channel. I know in my last video, I was in a space to where I was ready to give it my all, but y'all, that's just not how it happened. Okay, so let's move forward to June 2021. I was looking for a trainer, and I found this trainer on Instagram, and his workouts were a little advanced, but I felt like it was something that I needed. It was kind of his workouts were a little challenging, but I felt like it's something that I definitely needed at the time. And then I felt like I could do it because I'm not a stranger to the gym or working out or being athletic. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and sign with him. I did a trial session and I loved it. It was group session, of course. It was like a group workout. So it was a group workout setting, and I love group workout settings because it's motivating. The energy is just always 100. So I signed up with him. I was working out with him every day. Well, not every day. I was working out with him maybe 4 to 5 times out the week. Now, with the plan that I had, you can do as many sessions as you would like, but I would just do one session a day. I think I was working out maybe like Monday through Friday. Maybe Monday through Thursday. So maybe 4 to 5 times a week. Okay, so I was going to him, I was eating right, I was getting my workouts in, and y'all, I want to say by week 3, I was definitely seeing the changes, like my endurance, my energy levels. I had lost probably by week 3, I was almost down 10 pounds. I want to say about 9 to 10 pounds. So I'm feeling good about myself. I'm excited. I'm being consistent. I'm dedicated. I'm showing up and I'm showing out. I was eating right. So everything was just working in my favor. So let's get to week 4. Week 4, it was a Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Wednesday. During this time as well, y'all, I was teaching summer school. Summer school was only like 8 days. So we were only maybe like, I want to say 2 days into summer school. So it wasn't, I would say we were only like maybe 2 or 3. No, we were actually 3 days into summer school at the time. And school had let out extremely late that summer or that year because of the pandemic. So I was still teaching. And mind you, y'all, I had just completed my first year of teaching. Keep that in mind. First year of teaching. That first year is always heavy. It's just a lot. And then mind you, I was teaching during the pandemic. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So on Wednesday, during the 4th week of my training, I decided to pull a double. Now, like I said, normally I would just do one session a day because I didn't want to overwhelm myself because, again, it was a challenging workout. So the day I decided to do double, okay, a double session, all hell broke loose. So we had maybe 15 to 20 minutes of a cool down so he can get ready for his next class. So now we're into the second session. We start our warm-ups. Now, the warm-up was 10 knee tucks and a sprint down and back, what we had did before. So I was like, okay, cool. So I get on the line. I do my 10 tucks. Y'all, I did my 10 tucks without stopping. I told y'all I was feeling myself. I was doing good, my endurance, etc., right? So I did my 10 tucks without stopping. Everybody was like, yeah, D, whoop-de-whoop. So I got done with my knee tucks. I get on the line to do a sprint down and back. Y'all, I get in my sprint formation and I try to take off and I instantly hit the ground. Okay. In my mind, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is either A, I hit the guy behind me, my leg hit him, or I hit a weight. That's the only 2 things that I'm thinking. I didn't know what was going on. I just felt something pop. and it was extremely painful, okay? But I did not cry instantly. My face is buried in the turf, and everybody's like, get up, D, get up. They not seeing my face and the pain that I'm in, because I haven't made any noise yet. You know, when a baby hurts themselves or a toddler hurts themselves, they don't cry just off back. They kind of have this little gasp, this little pause. That was me. And I guess they thought I was playing or I was tired, but no. I was in pain. So once they were able to see my face, they were like, oh, snap. And I just started crying. Like, I don't know if I screamed, but it was so painful. Okay. Everybody rushed to my rescue. Like, what happened? What's going on? I was like, I don't know. They carried me out to the side. The trainer was asking me what happened. I just told him, I was like, I don't know. Is there a weight right there that I hit that dude when I was doing my jumps or when I took off? They were like, no. I said, I just felt something pop. So one of the guys that helped, he was like, oh, you know what? It sounds like you probably ruptured your Achilles. And I'm like, excuse me, Achilles? Because he was dealing with the same thing too. He was recovering from the same injury as well. And I was just like, well, I don't know anything about that. I just know I popped something and it hurts. I called my people, but they were still at work. So I ended up calling my best friend. Shout out to her. When I called her, she thought I was playing. But I was like, no, girl, like I'm in distress. Something is going on. Like I cannot walk. She comes and picks me up. I go home. And when I get home, y'all, I'm just sitting there like, wow, what just happened? I'm taking everything in, literally like just trying to figure out what just happened. Mind you, I want to say in 2017, I had broke my foot. So I had surgery and that was a whole nother recovery process. So here again, I'm like, please do not tell me I'm about to be on crutches again. I just, or in a boot. Like, I'm just not ready for this. Like, no. So I look at my foot where I take a picture of my foot and the back of my ankle is like bruised, slightly bruised. Y'all, when I tell you I couldn't walk, it felt like my ankle was detached from my leg. It was just an odd feeling. And then when I got home, the pain just got worse. It was burning, okay? Like my ankle was burning. And I'm just like, damn, what is going on? Mama gets home. She like, what happened? Are you okay? I'm like, no. I don't know if I tore something in my ankle or if it's a bone. I don't know what's going on. So we go to the ER. Of course, they did x-rays. That's just standard. There was no broken bones. And I was just kind of like, damn, in the back of my head, after finding out what was going on, I kind of wish it was a broken bone because having a broken bone doesn't take as long to heal as an Achilles. Okay. So I go to the back. The doctor examines my foot. Now, he said he couldn't say 100% for sure what was going on or what happened. Doctor that examined me, he couldn't tell me for sure whether or not I ruptured my Achilles. I guess it was policy or something because he's not a specialist. But he did tell me it does look as if you did because, y'all, the way my foot was just dangling, it was terrible. You can obviously tell that something wasn't connected. The Achilles was not connected. Now, when he told me it may be an Achilles rupture, I instantly got sad. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all because, mind you, it's summer. I just completed my first year of teaching and I'm ready to enjoy my summer. The summer of 2020, I didn't get to really do much for summer because of the pandemic. My last time going out the country was 2021. In 2021, I did go to Arizona, but that was pretty much it. I was looking forward to enjoying my summer, being outside. And when he told me it was possibly my Achilles, y'all know, I instantly got on Google, started Googling everything because when I heard Achilles, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Kevin Durant. That's instantly who I thought about. And I also thought about maybe basketball players and men. Not saying this doesn't happen to women, but I know you see this injury a lot in those contact sports. So I'm just like, what is going on? Of course, I'm on Google, just worrying myself, which doesn't make things any better. If I have to get surgery or, be on crutches and in a boot, I went to work the next day. Again, I'm doing summer school. The teachers there were just like, my coworkers were like, what's going on? What happened? I said, I probably tore my Achilles. I don't know. So I called my orthopedic surgeon that I had used before, and I was able to get an appointment that Monday. So that whole weekend, I'm just in a rut. I'm like, wow, is this really my life right now? That Monday when I went to my doctor's appointment, he definitely told me that it was an Achilles rupture and surgery would be my best option. I could have did the non-surgical route, but that could, possibly come with complications like maybe a permanent limp or just not being properly healed. And I didn't want to take those chances. I went ahead and booked my surgery date. Now, when he told me I was going to need surgery, I just knew summer was done. My fitness journey was over. Everything was at a standstill, So I booked my surgery date for July 9th. Before I had surgery, of course, I was on crutches. I had crutches from an injury before, and I had my old boot. So I just used that to get around and to protect my foot. So surgery day is here. I was scheduled for a 12 p.m. procedure, but of course you have to get there about 2-3 hours early so you can do your paperwork. He told me that it was just going to be maybe a 30 to 45 minute procedure, very standard. I wasn't nervous or anything like that because I've had surgery in the past. I had a breast reduction, meniscus tear, so I had to get surgery on my knee. And I also broke my foot, so I had surgery on my foot. So I wake up, I'm in a cast. And I had to wear this cast for 2 weeks. So he told me during those 2 weeks, I'm basically on bed rest. I'm at home, keeping my foot elevated, not putting any weight on it, just relaxing. That's really all I could do because I have an incision for one. And I have to be very, very careful. So I get home, y'all. I'm just at home in my bed, blinds closed. It was just a very depressing setting, okay? I'm watching America's Next Top Model, Everybody Hates Chris. I'm just watching all the old shows from back in the day, and I'm just at home. I'm at home. And it's crazy too because I was planning on moving that summer. But thank God I didn't, because if I would have moved and tore my Achilles, that would have been a hot mess. Luckily, I was still at home and my mama was able to take care of me. Shout out to her. Okay, so I'm in the cast for 2 weeks. 2 weeks pass, I get the cast removed, and then I'm back in my boot and on crutches, 0 weight bearing. So I can't put any weight on my foot. So I had to return back to work August, like the first week of August, I want to say. And I went to work on crutches in a boot. Getting ready for work with crutches in a boot is a struggle. Okay, you can't stand up. You're having to sit down and get dressed. It takes a long time. So before, I will wake up at like 6 to get ready to go to work. Now I'm having to wake up maybe at 5:30, 5:15 because it's taking me more time to get dressed. So I get to work, first day back is professional development. My coworkers, they see me and they're like, oh my God, Miss Her, what happened? I'm just like, I ruptured my Achilles. Like, this is how I'm starting off the year. It was really hard to be positive and show joy in that situation because I was not happy. I just was not happy. I had surgery. I couldn't drive. I was eating terrible. So I'm going to work. I'm on my crutches. I'm hopping around. We did have an elevator at work, but it was on the other side of the building, which sucks. So I'm having to struggle going upstairs on crutches. When I tell y'all it was the worst experience ever, like seriously, I got to the point where I almost wanted to take a leave of absence, but I couldn't because I wasn't fully certified yet. Even though I was getting my salary and the full benefits, I don't think I qualified for, a leave of absence. So I had to go to work. Couldn't drive to work. My mama took me every day. Shout out to her again. So once I got that cast removed, I want to say about 1 to 2 weeks later, I started physical therapy. Physical therapy was a breeze in the beginning, of course. You're just moving your foot back and forth, doing the alphabet. I'm still not putting any weight on it. So it took time for me to get out that boot. So I was going to physical therapy 2 times a week. And it takes time to get out the boot. They're just not going to tell you, oh, okay, it's been 90 days, time to get out the boot. No. Getting out the boot was definitely a journey. So you start off like maybe weight bearing with 25%, then you go up to 50, 75, and then 100% weight bearing. But it takes time. So I started off walking with 1 crutch, then I went to no crutches and just walking in my boot. Then they instructed for me to start walking without the boot at home. Maybe just, to the bathroom or to the kitchen. Nothing too crazy. And that went on for a minute. Like I want to say maybe 2 weeks, I want to say. It took a minute for me to just completely ditch the crutches and the boot. So let me look because it's been a while, y'all. I'm sorry. So September 10th, I took my first steps without the boot. I was at home. I took my first little steps. No, September 10th, I took my first steps without the boot at therapy. It was just practice. It wasn't nothing crazy. Then I had to put the boot back on, and she told me to go home and, walk to the restroom, walk to the kitchen without your boot. That was kind of a struggle for sure because, I've been in a boot for 2 months by then. Now, I ended up getting the boot removed. I want to say early October, maybe that first week of October, I got the boot removed. They told me, okay, it's time for you to start walking. Y'all, when I tell you my calf, during this whole process, my calf was so small. I have one big calf and then I have this little deflated calf. It's not like that right now, but in the beginning, it was just, it was so nasty. I didn't like it. I ended up going to a concert in Houston in October, and they didn't have any more handicap spots. I had to park in a regular spot. And so, at venues, the parking lot is always far from the door. So, y'all, that was the longest walk ever. Okay, and then I was a little insecure because I did have on the dress, only because wearing the dress was just easy for me at the time, and I had on tennis shoes. But remember, my calf is so small, and then when I started off walking, I had a limp. I did not have my walk perfected. I had a limp. My stride was terrible, and it just got better with time. So that was a little embarrassing, but I got to the point where I was like, you know what? It is what it is, but I still had fun. Once I got completely out the boot, I dealt with plantar fasciitis. Please do not beat me up if I said it wrong. It's basically when your foot is inflamed. Now, in December, I wore heels to a wedding. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I brought backup shoes to change. I just was not about to wear tennis shoes or flats to the wedding. And when I tell y'all my feet were on fire, my stride was terrible. It was just a hot mess. But so I got out of those heels real quick. In that moment, I knew that this was definitely going to be a journey that was going to take time, because they do say in order for you to go back to your daily activities at 100%, it's going to take about 6 months to a year, maybe more. It just depends on what your, therapy looks like and your healing process looks like. I still deal with that now. It's not as bad as it was before, but I'm very selective about my shoe choices and what I wear. Yes, I can wear heels right now, but I feel more of the pain when I wear heels in my calf. It's not as bad, but my body knows. I feel like my body is just still healing and trying to get used to me wearing heels again. But for the most part, I wear a lot of tennis shoes. I was still going to therapy 2 times a week. The lady that I was going to initially, she ended up, going to a new job. So they had to transfer me. So the lady I was working with initially, I don't know what happened to her. Whatever it was, they had to transfer me to the facility. So I went to this new location, and I loved it because it was like circuits. I did maybe 4 to 5 sessions with them because they told me that my insurance had started over and I was going to have to pay a certain amount out of pocket. Y'all, I was looking at maybe $600 for therapy a month, and I was like, oh hell no, that's just too expensive. So what I did on my last session, wasn't really consistent with it on my own, of course, but I had the resources and I was doing it, when I could. And as time went on, of course, my walk was getting better. My stride was getting better. I was getting stronger. So that's a plus. All right. Now, during this time, y'all, this entire time from me injuring myself, I want to say up until maybe, let's say March of 2022, I was dealing with depression. I was in a dark space for the longest. I had gained so much weight. I was just not happy. I was not feeling my best. And it was just really a dark, terrible time for me. You're at home. It's the summertime. I'm supposed to be out enjoying myself. But no, I'm at home in bed trying to recover from an injury. And it just sucks. So sometimes it's just you and your thoughts. And I was just not in the best place. I was thinking about my life. I was thinking about the people in my life. It was just a lot going on, and I just was not feeling my best. I want to say it wasn't up until this past spring, to where I started feeling better and better about things. So I'll say maybe about March, April is where I got out of that dark space. It definitely took time, though. It took a lot of time for me. Yeah, I just don't want to experience that again. I isolated myself. When you don't feel your best, you just don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I was dealing with. I had gained so much weight during this process because I was used to, going home and then going to the gym. Now I'm going home and just getting in the bed. And of course, my eating habits were terrible. Okay. Right now, I've probably lost a little more of half the weight that I gained. So I'm still working on it. But when I tell y'all, it was just the worst time ever. Literally. Okay. Right now, I'm really not 100% with this injury. I would say I'm maybe a good 75, 80. Because again, I do deal with the plantar fasciitis. It does get tight sometimes, so I'm massaging it constantly, that scar tissue. But I'm not where I used to be. And I feel like every day I'm just making progress. Like my walk is 1,000 times better. I've worn heels maybe once or twice. I haven't really been anywhere crazy that requires heels, but heels, I haven't really had a problem with the heels so far, other than like my calf. Sometimes my calf hurts. I still have some healing to do. And I know I just got to take it a day at a time. I'm able to go to the gym. I don't do anything crazy at the gym. I just do like low impact exercises. I get on the elliptical. I don't do the treadmill. So I do the elliptical, the bikes, floor exercises. I'm not jumping or doing jump ropes or anything. I'm really kind of traumatized. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting back to myself. Like I said, I'm dropping my LBs, and yeah, I'm in a better place right now. I would say I'm definitely not in that space I was before. I'm definitely in a better place right now mentally, and I'm getting there physically. So a lot of great things have happened too. I'm a certified teacher now, so yay for me. I unlocked a new location, as you can tell. Moved out of my parents' house. I feel like the timing was everything because again, I was planning on moving out that summer, y'all. And if I would have did that, I would have been injured, struggling at home in my new place. Like, no. I also invested in a new camera, so I do plan on, producing more content, shooting more content. I do plan on relaunching my YouTube channel, getting back to it, and I have been active on TikTok. I didn't neglect TikTok. I took a minute from social media too, y'all. So when I was going through this, I was not posting anything. I think I made my first post maybe back in August. Yes, like maybe a month or two ago, I made my first post. So I took a minute. I took time away from Instagram, Facebook. I deleted all of that. That's how depressed I was. Okay. But I'm in a better space. My energy is good. Like I said, I bought this camera, so I'm ready to get back into creating content. And again, I have been on TikTok. I do post on TikTok, so go ahead and follow me on TikTok. And that's pretty much it. That's really what I've been dealing with. That's why I haven't been in front of this camera, been able to film or anything like that. But I have overcame all of the bullshit. But now I'm in a better space. I'm healed mentally, physically, and I'm just getting back to a better me. I'm putting all my time into elevating my life and doing the things that I love and the things that I want to do. But before I wrap up this video, go ahead and share in the comment section if you've dealt with depression or any type of injury. Also, share what type of content you would like to see from me, all right? And again, if you are new here, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and everybody go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next upload. Bye.